Now we discuss about the routes of drug administration in human beings. There are different routes of drug administration is there, either systemic or local. Systemic means its absorption is directly into the blood. In local means you just apply on the where it is, where you apply, there only it shows the action. But systemic, it shows generalized action. In systemic, we can be classified into internal route and parenteral route. Internal, oral, sublingual and rectal, and parenteral, inhalational, injection and transdermal. And local, skin, topical, intranasal, ocular drops, mucosal and throat and vaginal mouth ear applications. Some of the time inhalation and transdermal also coming under the local category. In injections, IV, IM, subcutaneous, intraarterial, intraarticular, thecal and intradermal also is present. In internal route, these are the oral or sublingual rectal, but according to the note we have see these are the soluble entry coated and slow release formulations we can give in the enteral route. And parenteral route we can give the IV, IM, SA and intradermal, intrathecal, and here different rates of absorption will be observed and different plasma peaks, and note IV infusions also, and skin for local and systemic effect and note patches. What are the factors to governing the choice? Based upon the physical and chemical property of the drug, site of desired action, rate and extent of absorption for various routes, effect of digestive juices and pass effect, rapidity of the desired response, accurate doses and the condition of the patient. If unconscious and vomiting can't give in the internal route. First we will see the oral route. The most common route for drug administration, drug is given through the oral cavity. It is safe and easy to administer, it's non-invasive technique. It is easy to take, is economically less, and visually it shows good absorption throughout the GI tract as no need of the sterilization. And we will go for the disadvantages of the oral route. A slow absorption, it shows the slow action. It cannot be used in emergency condition with irritability, unpalatable drug, nausea and vomiting will be occur, and cannot be used in uncooperative vomiting and unconscious patients. Some drugs are destroyed, sometimes inefficient drug absorption, some drugs are not absorbed like streptomycin, first pass effect it will be shown. Food drug interaction and drug interactions also will see in the oral route. And what are the doses from which you can give the oral route? Means capsules, powders, tablets, spansules, syrups, emulsions, suspensions, elixirs. These are all the preparations we can give in the oral route. Compared to tablet and capsule form, syrups are well absorbed and shows the better bioavailability of the drug. And then sublingual and buccal route, tab or pellet containing the drug placed under the tongue and crushed in mouth and spread over the buccal mucosa. Example, glycerol trinitrile, buprenorphine and desamino-oxytocin. Advantage drug absorption is quick and quick termination. First pass is avoided, but can be self-administered, is economical. It is an unpalatable and bitter drug, irritable for oral mucosa. Large quantities cannot be given and few drugs only absorbed. Then go for the rectal route, drugs that can be administered rectally as a suppository. In this form, drug is mixed with wax substance and dissolves and liquefies after it inserted into the rectum. Example, diazepam, indomethacin, paraldehyde and ergotamine. These are drugs given in the rectal route. Advantage used in children, little or no first pass effect, used in vomiting and unconscious patients. Higher concentrations are rapidly achieved. It is an inconvenient, absorption is slow and erratic, irritation and inflammation of the rectal mucosa occur. Next is the parenteral route, directly deliver the drug into systemic circulation without into the intestinal mucosa. We given the intradermal into the skin, subcutaneous tissue, intramuscular skeletal muscles, intravenous veins, intraarterial arteries, intrathecal cerebrospinal fluids, intraperitoneal peritoneal cavity, intraocular. It will give for the synovial fluids. Intradermal injection is into the skin, subcutaneous absorption of the drug from the subcutaneous tissue, and intramuscular you can inject into the skeletal muscle tissue. Intravascular, placing the drug directly into the bloodstream. Here the diagram will be show the skin and subcutaneous tissue and muscle and vein. What is first pass metabolism? Metabolism of the drug in a gut wall or portal circulation before reaching systemic circulation. So the amount of reaching system circulation is less than the amount to be absorbed. Where will be occur this first pass means liver, gut wall, gut lumen. Result is low bioavailability and short duration of action. That means T of S will be less to the drug. So we'll see the drug administration IV enter directly into the systemic circulation, have a direct access to the rest of the body. But the drug administered to the orally first exposure to the liver and may be extensively metabolized before reaching the rest of the body. That means the first pass effect of the drug. While we given the oral only, most of the drug will be effect to the first pass effect. And parenterally administration drugs for what are the advantages? Highly bioavailability, rapid action, no push-pass metabolism, suitable for vomiting, unconscious, an irritant, bad taste of drugs, no gastric irritation, no food-drug interactions, may be available in vial or ampoule. Disadvantage: infection, sterilization, invasive assistance is required, pain, need skills, and anaphylaxis reactions will be observed, but it is expensive. Here see the dosage form for the parenteral, ampule and IV infusions, vials and catheters, IV catheters. We'll see these are the dosage forms we will give the parenteral routes. Next is intravenous routes advantage. IV is the most common parenteral route for the drugs. They are not absorbed orally. Avoid first pass metabolism by liver. Intravenous delivery permits rapid effect and maximum degree of control over the circulating levels of the drug, and titration of the dose with response. And large quantities of can be given fairly pain-free, and absorption phase is bypassed. And disadvantage, however, unlike the drugs GI tract, they are injected, cannot be. And see the intramuscular advantage and disadvantages will be given the skeletal muscle, deltoid, triceps and gluteus maximus rectus, femoris muscles. Absorption is reasonably uniform, rapid onset of action, mild irritant can be given, first pass is avoided, gastric factors can be avoided. Only up to 10 ml can be given. Local pain, expense, sore, infection, nerve damage and local hematoma can occur in anticoagulant preparations. In subcutaneous route, drug is deposited in loose subcutaneous juice, rich nerve supply. Irritant drugs cannot be injection, less vascular, slow absorption than the IM route. Avoid the shock, precipitation, vasoconstriction, and only small volume can be injected. Subcutaneous minimize the risk of associated intravascular injection. Depot preparations can be injected. Intradermal route, injection to the skin, rising the blood. BCG vaccines can be given. Here the transdermal patches. This route administration achieves systemic effect by application of the drug to the skin, usually by transdermal medicated adhesive patch. Shows the slow effect. Upper arm, we can give this upper arm, chest, abdomen, mastoid region. First pass effect is avoid absorption increased by oily base and inclusive dressing and rubbing preparations. And this is the how it will be administered. Transdermal therapeutic film. In this backing film is the drug reservoir and rate of controlling micropore membrane is there. Some adhesive layer priming dose. We just attach to the skin. They slowly deliver the drug into the capillaries. Next is the topical application produce local effect to the skin, usually allergy testing and topical and local anesthesia. Mucous membrane of the respiratory tract through the inhalation, otherwise eye drops, ear drops and intranasal drops we can give it as a topical applications. Inhalation advantages: mucous membrane of the respiratory membrane, rapid absorption, provide local actions, minor systemic effect, low bioavailability and less side effects, no pass effect. Doses from aerosol and nebulizers is available. Disadvantage: only few drugs can be used only through the inhalation process. See the nebulizers and atomizers, inhalers, how the drug is delivered into the intranasal routes. So inhalation provides rapid delivery of the drug across the lost surface area of mucous membrane of the respiratory tract and pulmonary epithelium, producing effect almost rapidly with this IV injection. The route of administration used for the drugs that are gases are those that can be dispersed in aerosol. This route particularly effective and convenient for patient respiratory compliance because the drug is delivered directly into the site of action and the systemic side effects is minimized. This is the intranasal route. This route involves administration directly into the nose, agents to nasal decongestants, anti-inflammatory, and corticosteroids. The abused drug cocaine is generally taken by the intranasal sniffing. Desmopressin is administered intranasally in treatment of diabetes insipidus, and solmonocalcitone peptide hormone used in treatment of osteoporosis is also available in intranasal routes. This is a skin application, a dermal oil ointment for local action, antiseptic creams, lotion and sunscreen lotions and powders were also applied on the topical route. Thank you for watching this. So no single method of drug administration is ideal for all drugs in all circumstances. So different drugs have a different routes of administration, but all the route of administration is not 100% safe, but 100% bioavailability will occur only in IV route. Thank you.